These four guys can really put a wrench in things for various reasons. Okay, this is going to be my last video about the Arnold before I do my Arnold predictions. And this lineup is a very, very tough lineup to call. We got four people in this lineup that are really giving me a headache because I'm just not sure at the moment where to place him. Let's start right off the bat with the giant killer, Shaun Clarida. It's been said over and over again, he's a Ronnie Coleman mini-me. I've said it before and I stand by it. If you would scale Shaun Clarida up to about 5'7", 5'8", I don't know if there's anybody that can beat him. And I'm not just talking about the Arnold lineup. I'm talking about the whole open division. And we do have the reigning Mr. Olympia in this lineup, and I'm talking about him also. He is that good, but unfortunately, he has such a small stature. It shouldn't, but it does have an effect on the judges when he's standing in a line up against someone that is much bigger than him, much bigger in stature. I don't know if anybody's bigger than him inch for inch, carrying as far as muscle mass. When he lost the 212 title to Keon Pearson, he lost because he tried to come in a little bigger and his midsection got a little blown out. The following year, when he lost again to Keon, he tried to downsize and or come in a little leaner, if you would. Yeah, the midsection was in check, but he also came down a little too much, and he probably lost a little bit of his wow. Right now, it looks like he's on track to come in a little bigger like he did in the Olympia when he first lost his 212 title, but his midsection seems to be in check. It doesn't look like it's going to be an issue. He looks like he's on track to bring in his trademark conditioning. Shaun Clarida always brings conditioning. I think we just might see the best Shaun Clarida we've ever seen. Keep in mind, he's 40, maybe 41 now. That's pretty good at that age. The judges look at him and they take his stature out of the equation. Shaun will place or should place very high in this lineup. How they're going to look at him ultimately, I'm not sure. Carlos Thomas Jr. He's really a cartoon character of sorts. He has crazy proportions. He's really wide across the top. He got massive legs and a very small waist. A beautiful X-frame. As far as body parts, his back definitely needed to be brought up. And going by what we've seen so far, it looks like he brought up his back. Now we get to the big problem. The real big problem is the conditioning. And the truth is, he has a medical issue going on. He's dealing with colitis. And 100% that can affect your conditioning. If he's dealing with his colitis during his prepper and close to contest, it is absolutely affecting your conditioning. He's an unknown. He's only been on the pro stage once, but he really has all that going for him that if his back is up enough, and he does not have any issues with the colitis that he's dealing with, and he can nail his conditioning for, in essence, he's been a pro more, I think it's a couple of years now, but as far as competition goes, in essence, a rookie, he can, or he has the potential to do real damage in this lineup, as good as it is. Another one, Akim Williams. The old guys are making good. Akim Williams is also in his 40s, and the last couple of years looks like he's been bringing in best packages to date. As far as muscle mass, he's one of the biggest guys up there. He has high lats. The only pose it affects him on is his back double biceps. With everything else he has going on, it's his high lats are not an issue. And the front double biceps, the lat spread from the side, he's terrific. He has a good back lat spread. It's just at his high lats, and when he hits that back double biceps, the lower lats are really almost non-existent, if you will. It's one pose. But it seems like when judging him, and one pose seems to hold a lot of weight against him. Should one pose hold so much weight against a person? His other problem has been conditioning from prejudging to finals. He seems to be a little behind in prejudging, and he puts it together for the finals, and that's where he's playing catch up. This is a one-day show. I don't know how far apart the prejudging from the finals are. If he can bring the same for both the prejudging and the finals, and they don't hold one pose with so much weight against him, Akim Williams is another one that he can battle for the very top spots. No doubt about it. Either way, he's going to be up there. Last but not least, another one of the old men. I believe he's 42. He's another Mr. Olympia that's in that lineup. Brandon Curry. He wasn't all so impressive in his last Olympia, and you were starting to wonder whether this really is going to be the end for him. And I was thinking that also. It was a short prep for him. There were some other issues going on involving his prep. Could have played a big role in it. This is his first prep at home, and I'm not sure how many years. A new coach, a new approach, And to be honest, he's been looking very refreshed. He doesn't appear to be the same Brandon that we saw on the previous Olympia stage. Let's talk about his legs. It's always been an issue. I think maybe it's been overemphasized, this issue with his legs. His legs really weren't that small. He had, let's say, he had uh, a big upper body. You know, was Rami really penalized for having such big legs? Shaun Roden, he had his he was quad dominant, great physique, but he was quad dominant. Wasn't penalized for that. So, it's kind of a double standard. But let's get past that. As far as his quads go, in his past Olympia, it looks like his quads were up a little bit anyway, but there were other issues going on. Excuse me. We've always seen in update pictures, pictures very close to showtime, where his legs are looking pretty impressive. And then all of a sudden, when he steps on stage, his legs appear to be a little deflated. Don't know what was going on, why that was, but new coach, new approach, total change of atmosphere. We've seen some updates showing his legs, and they look like they're up. Brandon Curry, where I was almost ready to write him off not that long ago, after his appearance at this past Olympia. I don't know. He looks like he might be able to really put it together for this show. He has no injuries. He hasn't had any injuries during his whole career. He's always played it smart. He went out to Kuwait and prepped, did his thing, came back, took time off of everything, rested and recouped his body. And like I said, he hasn't had any injuries. He might be the biggest wild card. Physique-wise, he has a beautiful physique. And like I just said, if he can bring it together, and it looks like he just might be bringing it together, Brandon Curry can realistically be battling for the win. These four guys, Shaun, Clarida, Carlos Thomas Jr., Akim Williams, and Brandon Curry are making it very difficult still for me to make my top 6 pick for this Arnold Classic. I will put up a video in a few days. These four guys can really put a wrench in things for various reasons. And if you agree or disagree with anything I've said, let me know in the comment section. This is Michael Diamond. I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.